This is my favorite part. I like Red Hot Rebellion, I like Red Hot Chicken Rings, and I like the show where Ohio throws down. Ohio is on fire, and it is a red hot show tonight. Yes, I am live on the air once again for all of you lovely listeners at home. So, welcome, I hope you enjoy. But tonight, I do have the Dayton rock band, Red Hot Rebellion. They're their second greatest band in the galaxy, according to them. Of course, I'll ask them later who's number one. But, of course, I got OMVP, and I'm going to get some things off my chest into the show. But I'll probably be on for about 90 minutes tonight. I don't know how long I'll be on. I am on a little bit later tonight because we were supposed to have a women's basketball game at 7. So I would have been on later anyway. But the thing is, they canceled last minute. I think it was because of snow. So they canceled that. And I was able to start at a decent time. So here I am now. Voila. And now, of course, for anyone at home that's familiar with Ohio's on Fire, I always have reports on interesting things that happen in Ohio. I have my list. But someone's having a really good week. And that person is me, Daniel D. Yes, I have some major announcements to make about myself personally, and, well, professionally. I guess more professionally than personally. But, well, the first announcement I have, one of the things that I did while I was away from the station, I created a little concept over the internet, and it was called Facebook Fest. I have done several of these. It's where I make a night to talk to my friends and relatives through Facebook, and of course I have my little jingles that I give out for my Facebook Fest. And if you are my friend at Facebook, which my Facebook account is www.facebook.com/OhioIsOnFire, so write that down if you want to look me up, be my friend, and we can talk. But I do Facebook Fest. I try to do an instant chat with all my friends, and I upload pictures. Sometimes I've been at a weird location. I don't know if I'll be on location for our next event, but I'm scheduled to do Facebook Fest on Sunday, March 23rd from 8 to 11. I haven't done one in 4 months, so I'll do another one. Of course, it's the first time I've got a chance to announce my Facebook Fest over the radio, so that's cool points for me. But if you want to talk to me, you want to get real, this is a night about, I know everyone has their things to plug. Everyone's got a rap album. Everyone is, they're going out with a supermodel. But this is a night to be real. We'll have a discussion like you would in person. Only it's going to be through the internet because we all can't be in one room at once. That's my point of Facebook Fest. But that's coming Sunday, March 23rd. March 23rd, 8 to 11 p.m. I'll be hosting it. I'll ask questions. I'll also answer as many questions as I can that you have of me on that night. So there's that. My first announcement. My second announcement is I got this should be good for my career, maybe. I think it will be, but I have some friends over at Comic Book League. They own a production company, and we got to talking, and they're going to be making a direct-to-YouTube TV series of sorts. It's going to be a weekly episodic series, but it's called it's based on the video game Fallout 2088. They're just calling it 2088. But they have talked to me. They want me to be on production staff for this Saturday, and I might be an extra. They don't know, but I am excited. I guess I had a bucket list of things I'd like to do in my life, and there are a lot of things I want to do at some point. But I guess one of them would be to work on a film. Because the thing is, I actually do want to make movies one day. Maybe this will get me one step closer. But it looks like a fun. I've seen some of their videos already. They did stuff last year. But once I do the work, I'll be doing filming this Saturday, and I'll talk more about them on my next episode because I'll see what it's like. I'll share my experience. It should be great. But yes, they, among other extras that they've contacted and through the Comic Book League. So some of my friends that I see up at that league every Thursday night, I'll be doing that. And I'm excited, so I will update you on that in the future. So anyway, that's my announcement number 2. And now I guess my third announcement, I have a major concept that I'll be debuting in 2 weeks on the March 26th edition of Ohio's on Fire. It's an idea that I've been thinking of. I know one of the big tournaments throughout the year is the March Madness tournament for NCAA basketball. And I got a little story I want to share. I had an idea for a really big tournament. It did not come to fruition this year, but I was actually talking to the people at collegeradioday.com about a national tournament involving all radio stations. They would have a new artist that released a song within the year digitally. They would represent that school, and they would all face off in a tournament. And just like the NCAA basketball tournaments, in the hockey and baseball, this would be like the music edition of March Madness. I think we need one. I think it was just a big idea I had one day. So I talked to Rob Quick through College Radio Day, and they love the idea. There's a lot of planning that needs to take place for it to happen this year. I actually talked to them back in December. They need more than a year to get the thing set in stone. They, of course, I talk to them every once in a while. They love the idea. Just it takes a lot of planning. So unfortunately, we couldn't do a big national tournament this year, which it was my idea. Of course, I would need some help from a group like College Radio Day to execute this idea. But there's some good news. I thought of an alternative. Being I am from the Dayton, Ohio area, and this radio station represents Fairborn, Dayton, I decided to do local music artists, a tournament based on local music artists. And I'll be doing it this year, and I will start at March 26th. I will host the things exclusively here on Ohio is on Fire. And I'll be doing a tournament. I'll do either 20 artists or 24. I haven't decided because I'm going to personally invite these artists. And I will give them airtime. Airtime they probably normally wouldn't get. They're brand new artists in the Dayton, Ohio area. They're doing really good stuff on the internet, and they do a lot of touring. And I haven't decided the prize, because another idea I had, I thought about doing a public fundraiser like a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo to do this tournament. I decided since it's a first idea, it's in its first year, I want people listening at home to get warm to it. I kind of feel comfortable asking people for money. I want it to be proven first. So I will offer a cash prize to the winner of the tournament. It will be in the hundreds. I mean, it's not going to be a lot. It'll be a winner take all, as I can't give money to all the participants. It's the best I can do, but I need to get something off its feeds, if you will. So I'll think of how much money I can raise. I'm going to put in money. Of course, the prize, it'll be money, but also I'll make a little paper plaque that tells you that you are the winner if you won the tournament. And I'll try to give out some of your CDs. I know a lot of these artists have CDs and singles. What I can do, I could probably buy a few of those, maybe give those away to people at home. And I'm also going to try to get other members of this radio station to get on board. Maybe they can pitch in with a little bit of money. Add to it, because I don't want the cash prize to be weak. I mean, it's winner take all, and it's something I want to do, but this is called Dayton Indie Music Madness. And I'll spell it. Dayton, you know how to spell the word Dayton. Then Indie, I-N-D-I-E. Yeah, I-N-D-I-E. I want to make sure I spell it right. Dayton Indie Music, and then Madness. And I have good news. If you go to Facebook, do a search for Dayton Indie Music Madness. It is there. I'll try to add more people to invite to that page. And what will happen is I will split the field in half for the first 2 weeks. They'll compete against each other for like votes. You have to like the song. I will post the song. And the rules for the tournament is that it has to be an indie artist who's either on an independent label or unsigned and calls Dayton, Ohio its market home, or Fairborn or Dayton. So I'll say Greene County or Montgomery County. One of those two counties, if you're in that county, you'll be in the tournament. And I will do no more than 24. It might be 20. Depends on who I can get. Because I want to let the artists know they're going to be in the tournament. And they're cool beans. Because some people are weird about being in tournaments. I don't know who, but it's a good thing. I believe this will create a new thing. It's brand new tournament. And the hope is that it will grow bigger and bigger. And with hope, hopefully next year we will have a national tournament hosted by College Radio Day with help from me and maybe in all the college radio stations across this country. It's a big idea that I have, so I hope it comes true next year. But maybe we can do another indie tournament. Maybe the winner of that tournament could be the representative of WWSU. So anyway, I'll explain more about my ideas in the future. It's a big tournament idea that I have. You're confused about how I explained it just now. But this year we're going to focus on the Dayton music scene. So once again, it's a 2014 Dayton Indie Music Madness. Go to the Facebook page, check it out. And March 26th, 2 weeks from now, which will be my next episode, because I'll be off next week. Yes, I'll do the tournament then. I will have a first round where you can vote for half the top. Let's say, for example, let's say there's 20 teams. I'll do 10 songs. And the top 5 vote getters throughout that week, they'll advance to second round. And then the top 5 vote getters on week 2, part 2 of the first round, they'll go on. So they'll be, like say there were 20 teams, the top 10 would move on to round 2. And then I'll have the top 4, we'll have a final 4. Like when we do round 2, they'll move on to the championship round, the final 4. And then that'll be the championship week, the top 4, for the top 4 artists that are in the tournament. The top vote getter will win the tournament. They'll win all the riches, and they'll win the top prize, if you will, because I'm not sure if I can think of a second place prize to the other teams. But there'll be a top prize. There'll be cash money, and of course, part of it will have to do with their charity. I know a lot of bands have charities they're promoting, so I might donate some of the cash prize to their charity of their choice. I'll think of something, and hopefully I'll get some feedback from the fans at home. I'm always looking for ideas. And I feel good about this tournament. This will be good. This will be a good way to get local music on the radio, and make a nice little go of it. We'll start it as a small little tournament, and it'll go bigger and bigger. It was my idea. So, March 26th will be the beginning of the Dayton Indie Music Madness. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, that was a week ago, yeah, but I'll work on that. And now one more thing. That's all my announcements that I have. So a lot of things coming up for yours truly. But let me tell you something. Here at Ohio is on Fire, every day is a holiday, and it's true. And the website, I get all these silly holidays from a website called www.holidayinsights.com. And being today is Wednesday, March 12th, as of this live recording. Of course, when you watch this on YouTube, it'll be after the fact. So, big little secret, I tape these in advance. Do it live on the radio for y'all. And but let me tell you what today is. There's 2 different holidays today. Today is Girl Scouts Day. So everyone that has a little daughter at home that's in the Girl Scouts, today is her day. I want you to take that little girl to ice cream and Marion's Pizza. I don't care how cold it is outside. You're going to treat them because they're Girl Scouts. But guess what? It's also Plant a Flower Day. It is the law today to plant a flower. Although the law won't be mandated, I guess it's not heavily mandated because it's not a serious holiday. But it is, I guess it's good luck if you plant a flower. And now let me look up information on each holidays. But for Girl Scout Day, and yes, these are real holidays. Girl Scout Days, it's recognized and celebrates the Girl Scouts of the United States of America. This date celebrates the creation of the first Girl Scout group on March 12, 1912. Lady Olive Baden-Powell, who founded the Girls Guild, and the wife of Lord Baden-Powell, who created the Boy Scouts, so how convenient, she was born on February 22, 1889. On March 12, 1912, Juliet Gordon Lowe started the first Girl Scout group in Savannah, Georgia, with 18 little girls. And this is real history right here. The Girl Scouts became a national organization and was chartered by the U.S. Congress on March 16, 1950. Today there are millions of girls who are involved in the Girl Scouts. So, little girls everywhere who are in the Girl Scouts, pat yourself on the back, because it is your day. Eat all the cookies that you wish, but you need to go plant a flower. Make some time to plant you a flower, because let me talk about plant a flower today. Gardening is a great hobby. It's enjoyed by millions of people, old and young alike. It's a hobby that virtually everyone can participate in, regardless of age and health. Senior citizens love to participate in this day, as they can garden long after they give up hobbies and sports. Aww. Now that's from the website. That's kind of that's almost like a stereotype of grandparents right there, and old people in general. Identifying the correct day for celebrating Plant a Flower Day has proved frustrating and a bit futile. As we researched this day, we found multiple dates in March, but we decided on this day. So yes, I'm telling you right now, I'm making it the law for you to plant a flower by midnight. If you not plant a flower, I'm coming after you. I am Daniel Diesel, the bounty hunter. I will throw you in jail for not planting a flower. And that's a promise. That means you, Red Hot Rebellion, all three of y'all, you're going to go to jail if you don't plant a flower at the end of the night. Alright, and we are live back in the studio. This is Ohio's on Fire, and right now my guests for this episode, they are live in the studio right now. I got Red Hot Rebellion. I got all three of them are here. We got Jim Tram Montana, then we got Doug Spencer, and Andres Devine. They're all three here. Say hello.
Howdy.
What's going on? Hi.
Alright. Oh yeah, everyone's waving. And yes, I am filming for YouTube, so you guys will... The people, I will upload this in 2 weeks, but right now you just gotta listen to the lovely voices. Hopefully they're good. They are good.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hello, sexy mama. Alright, now I gotta ask you, now, it's very interesting for people to come together and not only have like a certain musical talent, but a taste in comic books, and that's what you guys are. Not only do you guys play awesome rock music, but you guys are making comic books too. So what's the story on how you guys met and discovered that you have these loves, these equal loves?
Well, we met on where most young love happens, on the internet. Yeah. We actually are a successful Craigslist band, quote unquote, because Doug and myself met through Craigslist. Yeah, Doug, you tell this story the best.
Yeah. So here's what happened. I was actually I had moved back to Dayton, and I was here. Well, let me back up. So I'd moved away, and I lived out of state for probably about 10 years. I came back here, and I was itching to play some rock and roll. Yeah. Now I couldn't find anybody, so I put an ad up on Craigslist. Didn't get nothing back. And one day I saw an ad, and it happened to be Jimmy's ad. And something in the ad was like, "Don't give up blank." Drinking beer and having fun and blowing out eardrums or something like that, and I was like, that's the guy I want to jam with. That's my guy.
Yeah, and I put that in, because I'm originally from Florida, so I just moved to Dayton and spent a year in an awful band and was getting really frustrated, and I was like, I just want someone to play loud rock and roll and have a good time with, and I made some crazy pitch on Craigslist, found Doug, we clicked, we went through 2 terrible drummers, and then we found Andres through Craigslist.
Also through Craigslist.
Right. He's a transplant from Wisconsin, too.
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin originally, and I moved to the Cincinnati area, and I was checking out profiles or whatever, on posts on Craigslist, just trying to find other musicians to play with. And I read Jimmy's ad for the Dayton area, which was fine because I was used to driving a lot from living in Wisconsin. I commuted about an hour to hang out with a bunch of my friends all the time.
And eat cheese.
Yeah, eat lots of cheese.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because that's what we do there.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
So after several months of rocking and rolling, we started writing music, and we all had this kind of love for comic books and other shenanigans. And when it came time to put our first album out, we realized that there was this unifying story going throughout the whole theme of the album. So we found a great comic artist out in New York City who did the book for us. So every page of that book goes with a song on the album, and it's been really popular. We've done a bunch of Comic-Cons, and it's been popular, and the music has been licensed on a bunch of TV shows. So for the second album, we wanted to do something even crazier, so we made this giant, expansive story about aliens from the other side of the galaxy coming to Earth to save rock and roll. That's basically it in a nutshell, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the interesting thing too is like when we first got together, we all had similar interests with music, and we all had a common bond with that. But also, like Jim touched on, the whole comic kind of tying it into the album and the common theme. Not so much like a concept album per se, but our love for the visual that goes along with it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like album art.
Well, I think that's a cool idea. Well, I want to ask you right now. Now, you did bring a comic book, which it was I thank you for the gifts. I really love them. I want to check it out. So this book, it would go along with this album right here.
Yes.
Yeah. Now their album is Red Hot Rebellion, but they made a comic book to go along with the album. So the song matches the page and the chapter, and of course the big album vinyl.
Clear red vinyl.
Oh yes, and this is rare because nowadays everyone's doing digital, so it's rare to get a vinyl. Yeah. But I got one, and I'll have to. I know some of my relatives have a album player. I'll have to ask to borrow one.
Table right behind you.
Yeah. That doesn't work anymore. They unplugged it. That is for historical purposes.
Nice.
Well, if you play this backwards, it has cool hidden messages.
Yeah. What type of hidden messages?
Do your homework.
Yeah.
Oh,
stay in school.
Yes, educational. Well, that's
your grandma.
Oh, I love my grandma. So
eat your veggies.
Yeah. Well, I love my grandma, so I'll listen to it because of that. Oh my! Now, do you guys have any superstitions before playing a gig or doing anything together? Like
actually,
Andres,
go ahead, man.
I have a ritual before every show. Where I use the restroom.
You defile the
I defile it. I basically destroy the toilet of whatever
number 2.
Whatever
the man
club
is
we're
very
gigging
regular. In fact, I don't think he has a bowel movement until we have a show.
I think he saves it up all week.
Saves it up, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Sometimes for months.
Interestingly enough, we're usually looking for him before we play because we're like, "Hey, where's Andres?" Me and Jim are up on stage, ready to go.
Yeah.
like, oh, he's doing the ritual,
Taking care of business.
Yeah.
Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. Now, but I gotta ask, do they bill you though? Like when they find out you destroyed toilets, do they take off? It's like the Blues Brothers when they drink all the beer and they owe money afterwards.
I mean, luckily for us, we haven't played any clubs that are too terribly nice.
Yeah.
So never really stopped it up, right?
Yeah.
This is a terrible conversation, but this is the truth. This is real.
This is real.
This
really happened.
I've never done anything worse than what most of the drunk people have done.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
Well, that's great. Now I want to talk. It's okay. Everyone's got their stuff. It's okay, man.
Yeah.
I got my stuff too. But now, as you guys love comic books, I want to know what's your favorite comic book hero or comic book in general.
Right now, my favorite is The Goon from Dark Horse. I love that book a lot. But I mean, a lot of the classics. I mean, I love the X-Men and Avengers. The comic book movies that are out now are so cool. I think. I was a huge Spider-Man fan as a kid. I was way into a lot of indie books like ElfQuest and the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Super excited that Eastman's going to be at Gem City Comic Con.
Yes.
So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm monopolizing the mic right now. What do you guys think?
I really like. I think my favorite comic book is Bone.
Okay.
It's not more well known or whatever, but it's just so good. So good to me.
What's that other one you term Azrael Razzle?
Razzle.
Yeah, that one's really
cool. Razzle is also by Jeff Smith. He's from Columbus.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's a rich
really
heritage
awesome.
of comic creation in Ohio that I just now
Yeah.
learning
It's crazy.
about.
There's a lot of really talented artists here.
Good thunk.
Yeah, right.
We got hooked up with this great studio in Dayton, Studio Kumikaze, and they're the guys that are doing our second book. And they have their own series called Seven Sisters and also one called Scrap, and they're both really awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we're kind of, and they also did the Independent Creators Expo, which was at Wright State, which was really neat. So we're kind of with them, and then like other bands in town like Night Beast and Deuterus, and those guys like own music stores and they do like DJ stuff, and now they are running the Hole in the Wall down in the Oregon district. There's like this cool like kind of community forming around like just creative endeavors in Dayton right now, so it's really, really exciting.
Yeah. I was thinking, when I was a kid, it always used to be the Hulk and Spider-Man, you know. And what I really like, and this is probably true about everything else that I like, whether it's film or TV or whatever, or books, is just that I like the anti-hero kind of stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah, me too.
This the darker side and getting to know the character and like, why are they so twisted? You know, pretty much. And then Hulk always appealed because, you know, there's always that conflict, and of course, Hulk smash.
Yeah.
It's always awesome.
And the whole anger thing.
Yeah, the whole anger thing I could totally relate, you know.
There's another comic book that I really like called Puffed, too. that's another lesser known, but if you're into comic books, you should check it out. It's really good.
Okay. This is Comic Corner.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love comic books.
All right, now I got to check out the premise of your comic book series. It's about aliens, but for those at home that don't know, who are the main characters in your comic book, and what is their purpose?
All right. Well, I guess the log line of the book is that aliens from the other side of the galaxy picked up the transmissions from Earth long ago and were really interested in our music. And of all the worlds in the galaxy, only certain worlds create music, let alone the most evolved form of music, rock and roll. So we were on the right path to be admitted into this galactic union of higher evolved worlds, but then it all turned to crap.
Wow.
Yes.
So Red Hot Rebellion has been sent to Earth to set humanity back on the proper path, and the three dudes in Red Hot Rebellion just happen to be us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
I'm Jimmy Thrillwell. That's my stage persona, and we came up with these wacky names a while back because we were like trying to do like a Ramones kind of thing. We use weird stage names, and we made up these names, and then it kind of took on a life of their own. So like Jimmy Thrillwell is like kind of a Hulk character. He's got a real short temper and like real strong and kind of like a hothead. Andres Rebellion is a master of all things time-related and timing. He can travel in time 1, 2, 3, and 4 seconds.
Yeah.
All
into
right.
the future and the past. He's also an aficionado of cats. He can manifest them on command.
I love cats. I also have 4 arms.
Yes, he has
And 4 eyes. Because
Okay.
that's funny because I wear glasses. I don't know, for the people at home.
We're making a glasses joke. And
I get
then
it.
blind, tone-deaf Dougie J.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
The cyborg, the master of technology and all
right.
things technical, the gearhead. What else is cool about you, Doug? Other than your ability to shred and shoot laser beams out of your guitar.
Right. And I'm not blind or tone deaf anymore because I fixed my eyes and built my arms. Right.
Right,
So-
exactly. You built robot
And
eyes
ears.
and
And
ears.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a guy with no arm or no left hand. You call lefty. Tall guy you call shorty.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's how we wound up being
Right,
blind
right.
and tone deaf.
Right. Well, that actually started because I've always wanted to be a blues guy. Well,
Okay.
Right.
Right.
You are a
So
blues guy.
go harkening back to the old days, of the old blues guy's name. So I was like, hey, why not blind? Because there's always blind something, and then tone deaf because
the greatest singer.
I'm not the greatest singer. So we put them together, and I got blind, tone deaf Dougie J. So there you go.
There it is.
Yeah. That's
And
the
then we
history.
turned them into aliens, and now they're out to save the world. So the shtick is that we're the human disguises of these aliens. So like
Okay.
we're kind of a tribute band to this actual band that exists in the comic book world.
Exactly.
It's a little heady, but
Well, I look forward to reading it, listening to the album since you guys gave it to me. I will check it out as soon as possible. Now, for those at home that have listened to that album, which is the Red Hot Rebellion album, along with the Red Hot Rebellion comic book, you guys are releasing a sequel. You actually did a Kickstarter just recently for the two things, and it was successful, I heard.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
thanks.
When's the release date of those, and what should we expect from those two things?
We're shooting for a late spring, early summer release. We don't have an exact release date yet because they're still in production. It's going to be great. This is a full concept album from start to finish. The story's been written. It's a full story about the Red Hot Rebellion coming to Earth and getting and mixing it up. I don't want to give too much away, but the album, song to song, takes you through the story that goes along with the comic book in a more expansive story versus like one page per song. This is like multiple pages per song that all flow, and the lyrical content all flow together. Basically, quantum physics, black magic, and rock and roll.
That's right.
Speaking of quantum physics, I saw Dr. Keku's coming to Right State.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. That guy is awesome.
That'd be awesome.
So we may have to
Yes.
Take a trip.
take a trip and get our pictures
trip.
taken with him.
Yeah.
Field trip.
Yeah.
All right, now I got one more question before we take a musical break. If there was any musician that's currently alive or dead that you would love to play with at some point, who would it be and why?
You go first.
I go first.
Yeah.
I guess if it was just, I don't know. I guess if it was Red Hot Rebellion or myself, I would have loved to have been at the Monterey Pop Festival when Jimi Hendrix first played and smashed his guitar and lit it on fire.
Yeah.
Good one.
Either playing it or just sitting there watching it happen. That would have been, because I still get goosebumps when I listen to that stuff. So good stuff. There's mine.
Nice.
Good.
All right, Andres.
Man, I don't know that it would necessarily go with our style really well, but I would love if we played with Rancid at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
of
that was
course.
just-
That's a given too.
Yeah, it'd just be so much fun.
All right.
Yeah. And I guess for me, it would either be, it's a toss-up between Iron Maiden and Katy Perry.
All right.
There we go.
That's a dream combo.
Dayton's right choice.
And we are back with Ohio's on Fire. I'm live in the studio with Red Hot Rebellion. Yow! Yow! Yes, and thank you for those of you that are listening online. We got a high listenership online, so thank you very much. It's been a great night. And we decided to do something just a few minutes ago. It'll be brief, but the four of us are going to sing a song together. We are going to sing Aretha Franklin's Respect. So it's karaoke. It's part of my Fun in Ohio tradition. They opted to have some fun with me, so they're going to come over here right now. I got Aretha. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh my God. All right. You might want, the two of you might want to go to number 2, and Yumi will be at number 1. All right.
Here we go.
Or what? Wait, what's up?
You two guys on one, this one. And
Ready?
Yes, that's perfect. All right, so without further ado, here's Daniel Diesel and Red Hot Rebellion with Aretha Franklin's Respect.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Woo! What you want? Baby, I got it. What you need? You know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Mister, just a little bit. Ain't gonna do you wrong while you're gone. I ain't gonna do you wrong, cause I don't want you asking. All I'm asking is for a little respect.
Just a little bit. Little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a bridge.
All my money. And all I'm asking, there is honey. Is give you my profits, baby. Just a little bit. It should be coming. Oh, now yeah, that's the end of the song. They do the letters.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Another bridge.
All right. Ooh, your kisses sweeter than honey. That's all money. All I want to do for me is give me some respect.
We're the backup singers now.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-t. Take care of TCB. Suck it to me, 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 just a little bit. Just a little bit. I get tired.
Just a little bit.
You're running out of fooling.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit.
Respect when you come home. All right, yeah.
Yes.
That, all right. That was awesome. That was Red Hot. That was Red Hot Rebellion and Daniel Diesel with Aretha Franklin's Respect. That's one for the ages right there. We're going to
what we want.
Yes, we're going to win a Grammy for that, I promise. So now, I want to ask you, Gem City Comic Con, I am going to that event in 3 weeks. It's a big event, and I know you guys are going to be there. You'll be passing out, I guess, your you'll be getting information about your comic book, and you're going to be performing the kickoff show, which is the night before. So talk about your expectations for Gem City Comic Con.
Well, we did Gem City Comic Con last year. It's actually when we got hooked up with Studio Akumakaze, who was heavily involved in the con itself, and it was great. Like we had a really super great time.
It's kind of the
we did
start of everything.
Yeah,
like comic related.
Yeah, that we forged a relationship with those guys. So I'm really hoping for. Well, look, first of all, the kickoff show is going to be amazing. It's at WO Wrights on April 4th. It's going to be us, Deuterus, and Nightbeast, and Echo Endless, who's a cosplayer who also is going to be emceeing, and it's going to be really crazy. So that's really exciting. And the con itself, we're looking forward to seeing, like, making new fans. Seeing people, maybe a little cosplay.
Yeah.
You know, Andres likes to dress up like Superman sometimes. He's got a pair of Superman underoos and a cape.
Yeah, I actually have a Hello Kitty costume. I don't know if that technically counts.
Yes.
Dude, you got to do
probably
that.
be wearing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the creators and the fans and some crazy costumes and
Making new friends.
making new friends.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's never been. We haven't been to a Comic-Con yet that we haven't had an awesome time at.
Yeah.
So
True.
yeah,
Faux show.
yeah,
And we haven't been kicked out of one yet, so that's
Oh,
exciting.
that's true.
well, that's always good.
Yeah.
Not till this one. We will get.
Yeah, so we'll be there with the first album and comic book, and also some prints out of the new book. We have a couple teaser sheets, some full 11 by 17 prints we've done up of a couple pages, and all our merch is pay what you want. So you can come up and get the comic book and the vinyl and the CD for whatever you want to give us. And we got T-shirts and all kinds of fun stuff. So come on down to Gem City Comic Con, have yourself a good old time.
That's right. We got balloons for the little ones.
Yeah.
Yes, all children under age of 6 get in free. I don't know that. I can't say that because it might be money for them. Now, I noticed on your website you guys call yourself the second greatest band in the galaxy. That's a cool name.
It's true.
But I'm wondering, if you guys are number 2, who's the greatest then?
Oh, we can't talk about them.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
Contractual obligations and
copyrights.
every time we mention their name, we owe them a buttload of money, and it's just not worth it to us.
Yeah.
And they're really jerks.
They're just really not nice people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're the opposite of awesome.
Yeah.
I would say.
Oh, okay.
Total
Yeah.
jerkwads.
There's something that rhymes with licks.
Oh. Now, would this band be associated with makeup?
Oh.
No.
No, okay.
I don't know. They may wear makeup at night. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Honestly, I'd rather not.
We've never-
All right, I'll leave you. Oh, well, that sounds
Yeah.
serious then. All right.
Thanks, man.
All right, now you got the kickoff concert at Gem City Comic Con. Of course, pretty soon you'll be doing a concert at Blind Bob's. But
Yes, this Saturday.
yes, this Saturday
right.
night.
The St. Patrick's Day St. Pac Rock Shenanigan Show.
Ides of March, right?
The Ides of
Yes.
March. Beware the Ides of
Beware.
March. We play in kilts every year. Past couple of years we've been playing in Cincinnati, but we say forget Cincinnati. Dayton's
right.
more fun. The kids at UD rioted last year on St. Patrick's. I say forget that. Come out Saturday and don't riot in the Oregon district, but come to the show and have a good time.
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
There might be a kilt malfunction. You never know.
Yeah. Andres wears a traditional style, so
I
That's
do,
right.
which is it's offensive to a lot of people. I'm sorry, but that's what happens when
you
your
remember
gentleman
those circus
business is
freak
right
shows
at eye
back
level.
in the 50s?
Yeah. Freak shows, totally.
Yeah. It's a total
Just give
freak
us
show.
$1,
down
we'll
there.
let you look.
Yeah. You can poke it with a stick.
Oh, poke you with a stick.
With a stick.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the fun
kilts.
part.
Yeah.
Four great bands. It's going to be us, the D-Rays, is a great surf rock band, the
Yes.
Loveless, who are like one of my favorite Dayton bands.
Dayton band.
Who else am I forgetting? King
Super
Super and
and
the
the
Excellence.
Excellence. That's
So
right.
yeah, it's going to be a
gonna
great
be a
show for like
sweet lineup.
$5. You get 4 bands and kilts, and if we had a piñata, we'd probably bring that too because we like,
We love
pinatas.
we love pinatas
Yeah.
and Cinco de Mayo and St.
Alright.
Patrick's Day go
Yeah.
together like Davy Crockett and
right.
nuclear weapons.
Any chance to hit stuff with a stick, I'm there, man.
Absolutely.
Well, I love that. Now, other than the Blind Bob's this Saturday, is there any other concerts that you have coming up this summer that you want to announce? Any concerts?
Anything super cool and awesome?
Well, they all are.
They're all
Right.
super cool and awesome. Well, we're doing this one this Saturday, and then April 4th, Gem City Comic Con. We're doing Cincy Comic Con in September.
Right.
It's not official yet, but who cares? I'm going to tell them anyway. We're doing
Spill the beans.
we're doing a show in Louisville. It's a motorcycle show. Damn it, I can't remember the date on that. That's in September.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was like the 20th.
We also are doing. We're going to play Mars this year. The Rover asked us to come out. We have a crater named after us, the Red Hot Rebellion Amphitheater.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
Which
we're
is
going to.
very exciting.
So
You
we're
can
gonna-
Google that.
Yeah.
Props
That is
to
a fact.
our fan and friend Kyle.
Yes. Big ups to Kyle.
Yeah.
Looking
So,
out for us.
so a little interplanetary action. We don't expect a great turnout on Mars, but the rovers are up there, so they like to party, get down. So we'll do that. So. All our shows are on redhotrebellion.com. Check it out.
That's right.
Yes, check it out. It's a real website. So, well,
It is. It's not like those fake websites.
yes, this is the real deal. Now, I'm about out of questions. Is there any thing else you want to add before you leave? Is there any? I'm trying to think. Do you have like any charities or any
Spout a
good projects?
manifesto. This is what we need to do.
Yeah, go ahead. That's
Yeah,
ahead. Yeah.
This goes in with our gigs. We're gonna have a gig on March 29th in Hebron, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's-
Mhm.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could smoke in Kentucky, so it'll be.
There you go.
smoky.
Yeah.
Smokers,
It's gonna
come
be
on
a,
down.
it's gonna be a smelly night,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. Well, this has been a great interview. I thank you guys once again for coming in.
Thanks for having
Yes, I
me.
want
having us, man.
Yes, I've had all three of
Good
them were
times.
here. We had once again Jim Tram Montana, then we got Doug Spencer, and we have Andres Devine. All three of them are here. So yeah, pat yourself on the back. I
Good
can't
job,
clap.
everyone.
Hey.
Yes,
We did
all
it.
We
right.
did a good job. We
Yeah.
can speak English real good.
Well, that's good. Yes. And we're back with Ohio is on Fire. And I played John Legend's Ordinary People, and then I played 98 Degrees is the Hardest Thing. Those are two songs I played after I ended my Red Hot Rebellion interview. Yeah, that was a great interview. I enjoyed doing all my interviews, but the energy was high, and I have a nice little audience tonight. So thank you for everyone that's listening. But yes, this is Ohio is on Fire. So thank you for listening. But you know what? I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's the segment. Don't get me wrong, Red Hot Rebellion is great, but this segment is just as great, maybe even hotter. If you touch it, it'll melt your finger. But I'm talking about a little segment called OMVP, Ohio's most valuable pedestrian. Ooh, ah, and you know what? I think I got some music. Where's my music? You know I got my theme music. Where are you? It's not playing. There we go. I thought it was going to bail on me. Do 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 do. Oh yeah. MVP. Do 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 do. All right. All right. That's my theme music. Alright, it's now time for MVP. And of course, every episode, or most episodes, I give out an OMVP to someone that did something very interesting. Either it was a good way, or it was very weird, but it wound up being good, or very misunderstood. Or sometimes it's an honor that goes to a legend of sorts. It's good. I have good purpose for giving out OMVP, even though it's not a real award. But I'm going to read this article. Something very interesting happened in Cincinnati last week. So I'll read this article. A Southwest Ohio prosecutor announced felony indictments today, which was actually Wednesday. Yeah, it happened today, this morning. Indictments today of 9 Greenpeace activists linked to an eye-catching protest at Procter & Gamble Co. headquarters in Cincinnati, Ohio. The 9 activists were arrested March 4th after protecting the consumer product company's use of palm oil from a supplier. Greenpeace says it is tied to tropical forest destruction in Indonesia. The activists slipped past company security and unfurled giant banners from P&G's 2 towers as the helicopter filmed them. This sounds good. Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters said a county grand jury indicted each on felony counts of burglary and vandalism. Dieter said the charges carry possible sins of more than 9 years in prison and $20,000 in fines with convictions. Being that these guys are protesters, good luck collecting on the $20,000. I don't think they have it, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, maybe scroll down a little bit. Dieter said the protesters used fake identification and entered P&G dressed in business attire with rolling suitcases. The 9 activists spent a night in jail last night and were released the next day on $50,000 bond each, which was set by a Hamilton County judge who rebuked them for what he called a dangerous and ill-advised stunt. Ooh. A Greenpeace representative had said the activists were willing to deal with the consequences of the protest, that the environmental organization backs them completely. So anyway, this is from www.dispatch.com. You can read the rest. It's pretty long. Oh yeah, and they said Dieter said the damage was $17,000. So yeah, I doubt they can pay the damages also. But anyway, wow, talk about protesting. I think they had a concern. I think as an American, you have a right to speak your mind. You probably shouldn't break other people's property. Like I said, they're going to get a little bit of trouble for vandalism. But these 9 guys, they're Greenpeace activists from right here in Ohio. And of course, the media is not releasing their names because I think they request not to have their names revealed. But I tell you what, the 9 Greenpeace activists from Cincinnati, Ohio, who is protesting Procter & Gamble, you might have a good heart. You might be going to jail for a while for breaking items and causing a lot of damage. And for burglary, which I don't know where the burglary thing comes from. And I tell you what, the 9 Greenpeace activists, you may not have a lot of money. You probably haven't had a girlfriend in 3 years. But let me tell you something, the 9 Greenpeace activists in Cincinnati, Ohio. You are something else. You're something very good. You are OMVP, Ohio's most valuable pedestrian, for this episode. Round of applause. OMVP. I gave out 9 awards. 9 pretend awards. That's I don't know if that's a record. I think I've given 23 people in a group an award before. So that's in my top 5 of most awards I've given in one episode. So round of applause. And where's my music? Better play for me this time. Yes. Wait. There we go. Do 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 do. Man, talk about some karaoke tonight. First, we sung the Aretha Franklin. Now the Olympics theme. Do 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 theme to OMVP. Daniel Diesel's the best singer in the world. All right, that's enough of that. And I want to talk about making new discoveries. For me personally, I guess I've always heard the term, you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. And that's a good, I guess that's a good saying. I think a lot of people do that. I guess when you're younger, you have your goals of doing stuff. People, they see something that they like. Maybe they're into baseball. I guess with me, when I was a little kid, I was really into baseball. I played baseball for 3 years, and I just loved the feeling of it. I guess it was different with Little League, and I guess it was more fun to be part of. I know the managers of baseball, I guess they're a little bit more lenient. I mean, they give you pep talks and stuff, but let's just say that the older that you get, the more serious people take it. I mean, way serious. And I think a lot of anger gets involved. People kind of live and die by the sports profession. That's kind of the attitude throughout sports. But so of course baseball, I wasn't good enough hitter, and I found new interests as I grew older. So my first dream of playing Major League Baseball, I guess, came to an end at an early age, because I have those fantasies. I always would watch Cincinnati Reds as a young boy. Watching Barry Larkin go to the plate, just watching him at the time it was Riverfront Stadium. I watched the Reds a few times when I was younger at that stadium. And of course, King Griffey Jr., he came along. I saw him hit home runs a few times. So I guess the thing about King Griffey is that he has to hit home runs, and I saw him do it twice. on 2 different occasions. It was one in each game, so that was cool. And he would hit some big ones too. Yeah, he was great. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame eventually. It's just too bad he never won when he was with them. I think they just the team, that their philosophy of building a team around him was they depended everything on him. They put all their eggs in one basket on King Griffey, and it didn't work out. And they had 10 straight losing seasons before they got better. So, and hopefully they'll go to the World Series this coming spring. Spring training is taking place right now. Hoorah to that. So another baseball season will happen in April. And hopefully the Reds, I'll try to catch a game this summer. I know a lot of people will. All my DJ buddies are going to try going this summer. And hopefully Joey Votto will hit 40 home runs and we'll win the World Series. So, but anyway, but it's dreams. It's amazing. I mean, people have dreams, and then if you find out your dream doesn't come true, there could be a bit of a shock. And I think another thing about, making new discoveries, it hits home with a lot of athletes in general, like even your little leaguers and people that play in high school, that play sports a little bit longer, like in high school or college. And I know last night we had the men's basketball tournament. It was a championship of the Horizon League tournament, and it involved Wright State. They had a home game here on campus. And the women's game, they were supposed to have a home game here tonight, and they got canceled. But the thing is, a lot of those players, they may not be good enough for the NBA. I know a handful of them wind up making it pro. This could be the last game ever for a lot of those players that played last night, especially for the men's Wright State team. They got eliminated, and their season is done. From what I heard, I think there's the NIT, but I don't know if they're getting into that or not. So they might have 3 more games. They do get into that. But the thing is, you know what I mean, dreams end. Like, some people can't make it to the next step. Like anything in life, not just sports, but in business, but in Girl Scouts. Like, you can do something for a while, but then changes happen. We have an evolution. Some people get tired of it, or they get hurt, or things in their family happen and distract them in the brain. They lose track, and even in music, yes, it works in music too. Maybe you played a tambourine when you were in high school. You wanted to start your own band, and maybe it worked. Maybe you grew better and became a big rock and roll star, or maybe you gave it up. Your band broke up. Maybe you guys drank too much beer at the bar, and that was it. You stopped growing. You stopped climbing. And what happens if that was the only thing you thought of? What if day and night, that one thing that you always had and you believe you was always going to have, it just goes away? It goes away forever. And I've had that feeling sometime. Because let me tell you something. One of the few things I'm good at life is doing radio. I do feel because I've been mediocre or bad at everything else. I gave it a shot. But this has been the one thing that I've excelled at very, very well. And there was a way, for a while I had to go away. I had some unexpected things in my life. I went away. And it's not guaranteed if you can come back. I didn't know if I was going to come back to the station and do what I love once again, if I was going to meet new people. And people don't know, once you lose a thing that you love, you don't know if you're going to get it back. And if you don't get it back, what else is there to do? And I think a lot of people commit suicide because of that. I think that leads to depression and suicide. Like, what's the purpose of living this life if what I really want to do, I can't do no more? I think it's very important to make new discoveries. And I've done that. This year I've made a lot of new discoveries. For one, I've renewed my interest in comic book culture, which I didn't enjoy when I was younger, but I guess when I got into high school, I guess things changed. People change. They have new interests. Of course, I've always watched movies. I love movies. That's one thing that's never changed. And even back when I was watching movies, I'd watch Spider-Man. Seems like when it came to comic books, I only watched the mainstream movies, maybe the TV shows. But of course, I saw the sports stream alive. I'd go to sports camps. That was one of the things I'd be busy with. I'd go to baseball camps. I went to a basketball camp. Because I played basketball for a few times. Of course, that didn't work out either, which is fine. I grew tired of it towards the end. something like, I have my interests. I know you check something out, you know, maybe it catches your eye. It's almost like going on a date for the first time. Like, there's an initial attraction there. Like, you don't know until you try it. Sometimes you wind up loving it. Like, why haven't I done this sooner? What the heck's going on here? And then sometimes it's a mistake. It just wasn't your deal. Wasn't your lot in life. Now, for those that are playing sports here at college or any other college, this is your senior year, and your dream is, there's a good chance your dream is coming to an end. I encourage you to find new discoveries. Look inside your soul. What can you do with your life? What do you really like? What activity have you been ignoring that you could go and do? Just like things I've regressed, like I kind of forgot about, but I fell in love with again, like the comic book world. And you meet new people, and of course, like, I had the great opportunity to do radio again, to do college radio. I don't know if I'll make it to Sirius XM, because I love the idea of working for them one day, because I love their product. Maybe I'll make it, maybe I don't make it. I don't know. I can only try. And thing is, I got to focus on other things, because worst case scenario, you could be homeless, you could become really depressed, you might have to do something to make some quick money that you don't want to do. Some people might get turned to drinking and drugs. Yes, some people just, a lot of people respond differently. We have unique responses. We're all unique in our own way, but some will handle it badly, unfortunately. All I hope is that for anyone, if your dream ended last night, or it's going to end this week, you realize what you had is going to be gone forever. It doesn't matter if you're a college sports athlete, if you're someone trying to start a rock band, or if you're a college DJ. If it's going to come to an end and you don't know what to do about it, write down what you love. Discover what you love. Look at pictures and see if it strikes your interests. Go to websites, and just discover and give it a shot. Just go out there and make yourself available. And I did that, and I'm making a big comeback in my life. Because I did meet the comic lead. I'm back in college. You know, I'm going to be doing production work on a cool YouTube movie. I'm doing Facebook Fest. I'm meeting people. I'm meeting rock bands. You know, I'll be going on dates. I went on some dates this past summer, and maybe I'll do so once again. Like, I'm living life, and I'm young. I realize that I'm young. I'm in my 20s. Yeah, I have an amazing gift. I think youth is a powerful gift, and you don't have it forever, because you do lose your youth eventually if you live this life long enough. This is one of my fears. I just don't want to be in my mid-60s. I'm all crippled up. You know, I got a bunch of broken bones. I got to walk on a walker, and I don't want to be alone. I don't want to feel like I haven't accomplished anything. And a lot of people go down that road. A lot of them don't deserve that. But a lot of people, I guess karma comes their way. Some people are really bad and evil. Like corporate America people. Those people make me sick. Karma comes and gets them. And it gets them when they're older and they can't do anything with their money anymore. So remember, when in doubt, do the right thing. Do the right thing in your heart. Go out and meet people. Make this world a better place while you can, before it's too late. Making new discoveries. It's the three greatest gifts we could have that I could think of. Not in any order, but to feel loved, but to make a brand new discovery that you enjoy very much, and to have your youth, to have your whole life ahead of you, and know what to do with it. Being in control, that's another gift. I don't know how many gifts there are. You could tell me at Facebook. So, anywho, with that, here's to making new discoveries and living a better life. With that, I am Daniel Diesel. Come watch my show. 2 weeks from now, I'm off next week. I have a brand new episode 2 weeks from now with my music tournament, and I'll talk pro wrestling and UFC, and I will have a guest. So with that, Ohio, that's the way it is. And I do believe. I believe in love.
Warning. This episode of Ohio is on Fire contains strong opinions and viewpoints that belong to the host and guests that appear on Ohio is on Fire. This show contains entertainment and honesty that reaches extreme levels. Please do not try this at home.
Tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
My name is Elizabeth Holford, and I'm the Executive Director at Equality Ohio.
I have a First Amendment.
Equality Ohio.
And these officers want me to leave this position just because you got cameras.
Equality Ohio.
Can you believe it?
Witnesses say during a heated confrontation, a healthcare reform opponent had his pinky finger bitten off when he stuck it in a healthcare reform supporter's face. Police say the 65-year-old man picked up his finger and drove himself to Los Robles Hospital, where they're now trying to reattach it. Police tonight are searching for the biter who ran from the scene.
Enough! Silence! I can't take no more. Fire! 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 Fire!
Let's just talk. Listen, I'm sorry. You're highly professional at what you do. You get here and read.
I rise to our side.